Every home game's an occasion here in Orlando. Hello, everyone. Welcome and... The Houston Rockets starting five. They've got Brooks, Alperen Sengun out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Amen Thompson, and it's Green in at the one. And for the Magic, in the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in at the three.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Green, the pass to Eason. And the dunk by Eason.
Well, he can play the four because he gets off the ground so well.
Caldwell Pope against Green. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And part of an overall effort for Kentavious going for higher percentage shots. At that time, working inside.
Green. Carter pulls it in. And it's the Magic's ball. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Green. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Rockets on defense. Isaac a screen on Green.
And a clever defender. I like seeing Brooks beat that pest on this end and just disrupt it. Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Now, here's Thompson. Into the lane. Instead, after a few down years, the Magic has been recaptured here in Orlando.
It sure has, Kevin. They've had great draft picks. They have a couple of young franchise cornerstones. They've got size. They've got guys who will continue to improve. This team's got a chance to be really, really good going forward.
And you see the quickness of KCP bursting to the rim.
Sengun with the screen for Green. Sengun inside. Carter on him. And Sengun gets it to go on the assist by Green.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Green. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Solid job of moving the ball by Green, setting up a teammate.
Banchero is screen on Green. Here's Caldwell Pope. Sweet move. And the layup is good. Caldwell Pope's got 6 points.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Knocked away. Suggs with the steal. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Alden. David.
Kevin, the Rockets are making progress. Coach Ime Udoka said it doesn't happen overnight. Changing habits and things like that takes time. Guys learn and grow at a different pace. My thing is getting us all on the same page. We're not that far off. Kevin, they sure look like they're building in the right direction.
David, they are, and some good bets have helped as well. And we thank you for that report. Here's Suggs. And there's the drive. And Suggs throws it down.
Using that momentum to just prepare for liftoff. Suggs with a problem on the drive.
Green passes to Şengün. Offensive rebound. With the teardrop, and Green gets it to go.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for Orlando. It's a three-point game. No one near Isaac as he lets it go. His three-pointer's off the mark. For Houston, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%.
Well, spacing the floor. Brooks is comfortable shooting it from deep.
Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
Scooped up. Isaac kicks to Carter. Pass to Caldwell Pope. It's stolen by Green. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And the dunk by Eason.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in open court when a steal triggers the break.
Second team foul.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Caldwell Pope for 3. Şengün with the rebound. Rockets have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
It's rebounded by Houston. Brooks with no one around. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Green's got 5 assists in the game. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Caldwell Pope's got 9 points.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their team.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Rockets lead by 4. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. You know, Stan, we hear all the time about after timeout plays. About how many of those do teams really have at their disposal?
Well, you certainly have to have a few, Kevin. Coaches vary in their philosophy. Some coaches will draw them up on the fly. I was one, like a lot of guys, who wanted to have things that we've worked on that then we could go to. But that just depends on who you've got, how smart your guys are, how quickly they pick things up.
Isaac with a screen for Caldwell Pope. Pass to Isaac, stolen by Brooks. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Şengün passes to Eason. And Thompson kicks to Green. Back to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Caldwell Pope against Green. Carter dishes to Caldwell Pope. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
So, Stan, we watched Kentavious Caldwell Pope's career, and he's played for a handful of teams, and he's been a starter on multiple title teams, including the 2020 LA Lakers.
Yeah, Kevin, I love coaching him. This guy is a hard worker. He's one of the best conditioned athletes in the league. His stamina is incredible. He knocks down threes. It's not a coincidence that he's been on championship teams in 2 different cities.
Yeah, amazing. Offensive rebound.
When you challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
Brooks misses. And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. The Magic trail by 3. Suggs with the ball. Now Green defending. Back to Suggs. And stolen by Şengün. Green inside the three-point line. Here's Thompson. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. Thompson's got 9 points.
Timing and athleticism. That's how Thompson won himself the second opportunity.
Green against Caldwell Pope. Banchero less screen on Green. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Şengün. And pushing it up is Houston Rockets again in transition. And the dunk by Eason.
Oh, selfless play right there from Green. He's all about getting it to the open man.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpie's had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA, totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said. Thompson passes to Green. Eason, a screen on Suggs. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Green, missing. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for Orlando. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got his 5th rebound in this one. Green against Caldwell Pope. Screen by Şengün. Three-pointer. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Banchero dishes to Caldwell Pope. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Caldwell Pope's got 14.
And Caldwell Pope able to hit those mid-range shots consistently, but that's one the defense will live with.
Şengün, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Snatched up. Kicks it out to Banchero. Another shot. And finished off by Banchero.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
And a close game so far to the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Houston on top. They lead by 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kentavious Caldwell Pope really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Starting the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. Shepard out there with Whitmore. Then there's Green. Then it's Jabari Smith. And it's Landale in at the 5 down low. Yep, it counts. Here's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Magic.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Although they were eliminated in the first round, last season was a success stand for the Magic.
It sure was, Kevin. I don't think many people had them even making the playoffs, but they fought hard, pushed the Cavs to 7 games, and gained valuable playoff experience.
Here's De Silva, sinks the three-pointer.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
Smith sets the pick for Whitmore. Smith outside. They set the pick. Good work there as it goes. Smith's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Here's Wagner. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on. Shepard.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up.
Franz Wagner, as we know, Stan, came into the league with a splash and hasn't really slowed up since.
Now, Kevin, I think he's surprised a lot of people. He has never played like a young guy. He's always played with the maturity of a veteran guy, and he just keeps getting more and more responsibility. He's handled it well, and then he could become a perennial all-star.
I like that assessment. Here's Wagner. Plays it up and banks it in. Wagner's got 8 points in the quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Smith with a screen on Wagner. Out to Smith. Launches a 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Pass to De Silva. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Batadze the pass to Wagner. There's the screen. Fires the 3. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Pass to Shepard from deep. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Extending out that range. Reed Shepard, this youngster can shoot it.
Here's Black. And he uses the glass on the layup. Black's got his first points in this one.
That was just a perfect possession. Getting it in tight, high percentage shot.
Whitmore with it. Defended now by Wagner. Here's Whitmore. Still scoreless. Back to Smith. No good from 18.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Taken away. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Pass to Green. Out to Smith for the tie. Smith on the wing. Here's Whitmore. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And Whitmore a beast inside because of his power and ability to elevate.
Pass to Black. Wagner outside. Over Green. And it's Wagner missing.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Now Whitmore to the inside. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up throws.
Kicks it out to Wagner. And it's blocked, and they'll keep possession. Here's Bitadze, and a miss there on the triple. Pass to Whitmore. And Whitmore throws it down.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
Yeah, that's great decision-making and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in at the small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando. Banchero against Brooks. Şengün, and Şengün throws it down.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass. And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
It's Şengün, top of the key, and Şengün throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Caldwell Pope for three. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Green passes to Eason. And up the court come the Magic on the break. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a break round.
And Orlando has possession. Caldwell Pope outside. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Now Green. Şengün with the screen for Green. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Here's Carter. Crafty move, and then Carter with the dunk.
Liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Şengün with a screen on Suggs. Green kicks to Thompson. They kick it out to Green. Isaac with the steal. Now Suggs pushing it up. No one to stop him. Banchero inside. He's covered by Eason. Shot clock at 6. Suggs passes to Isaac. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Misses the three. Rockets leading by 5. Back to Green. 1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. Şengün with the screen for Green. And that one drops. Green's got the lead up to 7 now for Houston.
And that floater is a skill that Green continues to hone in on.
Here's Suggs. Pass to Isaac. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Headed by Green. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
And there you go. A confident scorer. KCP coming up big when they need it.
Here's Green to the left wing. Şengün with a wide open look. No good on the triple. The Magic trail by 5. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Isaac passes to Caldwell Pope. Just 5 on the clock. Money!
And in the moment of truth, KCP calling for the ball and delivering a powerful blow.
Green in the post. Harder on him. Thompson passes to Şengün. They kick it out to Green. Takes it inside. Yes!
No fear in the eyes of Green. Willing and ready to take the big shot for his team.
Caldwell Pope for 3. Another miss by Caldwell Pope. Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team. Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. So we see the Rockets get the win here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was.
Our NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And it's going to be the Magic off the tip. Let's take a look at our starters for Denver. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. And it's Watson in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Caldwell Pope, Isaac. And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A. It's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
4 on the clock. Caldwell Pope's shot is off. Murray passes to Watson. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Drops in the layup for 2.
Boy, that's just the toughness basket by Suggs right there. Remember now, this young man was an all-state football player in high school.
Here's Brown. And a two-handed jam.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Shot is good by Isaac.
I think you got to keep Isaac from getting in the paint. Once he's established position there, the defense is toasted up.
Here's Brown. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. The offensive rebound. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And the dunk by Isaac.
Yeah, those long strides of Isaac, they allow him to get behind the defense and gobble up a lot of ground in the open court.
Jokic with a screen on Banchero. Watson passes to Brown. And stolen by Suggs. Here's Isaac, takes it inside, and the dunk by Isaac.
And for a near 7-footer, Isaac is remarkably agile. I mean, he's gazelle-like with his agility, solid at knifing inside, and does a good job driving to the goal.
Here's Brown, pass to Jokic. Jokic with a screen on Caldwell Pope. 6 to shoot, Brown, and he dunks it down.
And defensively, you have to make him work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Here's Brown, outside Watson. Here he goes. Uses the glass on the layup. Watson's got his second basket of the game. Orlando leading. Here's Suggs. And that one is hammered home.
Tell you what, off the drive, Suggs vertical, really something to behold. Good luck trying to stop this guy when he comes at you like that.
Here's Brown. Jokic with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Here's Brown. He's checked by Carter. That's tipped. Minute 32 left in the first. From behind the arc. Man, that's good. Contavious Caldwell Pope for 3.
You know, it just looks prettier here from the corner, especially when Caldwell Pope lets it go.
For three, Gordon drains the triple.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Now here's Banchero. Driving inside. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Isaac with a screen on Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Such a wide open look. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points.
Can't allow any separation off the screen. Caldwell Pope, very good at taking advantage of any space you give him.
Jokic with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Here's Brown. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Pass to Jokic. And it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Banchero.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
32 seconds left in the first quarter here. Murray with it. Now Carter defending. And here's Jokic outside. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
Jokic embraces the pressure. He's terrific at keeping his composure and maintaining a cool head, even when the shot clock is up against him.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Suggs surveys the D. Kicks it out to Isaac. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock.
Not a smart pass, and he knows it. Gotta disguise your intentions better than that.
Gordon, the pass to Jokic. Oh, misses the dunk.
Love to see guys challenge one another like that. Advantage to the defense that time.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Magic?
The most consistent attack on offense so far has been the mid-range jump shot. We'll see if they can keep that rolling.
And, you know, in no time at all, they've also started finding points inside, already taking apart that interior defense.
On the court for Denver. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. And it's Watson in at the 3. And the Magic surprising many league-wide, Clark, with how they've broken through.
And the way they're winning, I might add. I mean, rugged, physical defense is their identity and calling card. Not necessarily what you expect to see from a young team, B.A.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
KBA, the Denver Nuggets are building for the long haul. Their philosophy has been to draft polished prospects and then develop them into contributors. They look for 4 qualities: basketball IQ, character, positional size, and the absence of skill deficiencies. Ryan, the track record has been strong.
It really has. Thanks, Allie.
How about the guard getting up? Jamal Murray flying to the rack.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. On the wing, Isaac. Banchero outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Magic need to put one up here. Shot is good by Isaac.
You might think Banchero's looking to score it every time, but that's not necessarily the case.
It's stolen by Isaac. Pass to Caldwell Pope. No good from outside.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Jokic with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Here's Brown, and here's Jokic from the arc. The ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball.
Magic ball.
Orlando leading by 5. It's Suggs with a drive. And he banks in the layup. Suggs has got 4 points in the quarter.
I think he's at his very best when he gets downhill. Suggs using that athleticism to get to the rack and his strength to finish through contact. I love that combination.
Here's Brown. Pass to Jokic. Gordon outside. Right wing. 4-3. And again, Denver no good. For Orlando, they've gone a terrific 4 of 5 here in the second quarter. Carter, a screen on Murray. Caldwell Pope for three. Pure from three-point range. And it's a 10-point Magic lead. Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint, but if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside. That's how you up the ante. Come right back at them.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Now here's Suggs. 10 points for him. That one falls. And the Magic lead by 11.
Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
And there's the call on Banchero. That's his first foul. Denver's gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Jokic with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Here's Brown. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Jokic, the screen. Brown passes to Jokic. Jokic drains the triple.
There's the deep ball from Jokic. His touch from the perimeter, deadly.
The rebound by Murray. Nuggets trail by 8. Here they come with numbers in transition. And the Nuggets hit again from deep.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the three in transition.
Suggs with it. Checked by Gordon. Here's Banchero. Brown grabs the board. The Nuggets have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. From deep, Jokic, it's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 4th assist in this one. Suggs finds Isaac. 30 seconds left in the first half. The three from Banchero. Ooh, Banchero with the touch from deep.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
Here's Brown. He's got 12. Pass to Jokic. Here's Brown. Clock at 6. Back to Jokic. Lets the three fly. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Magic up 5. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
30. And please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Trailing by 5. Clark, it's been great to see the Nuggets as a perennial powerhouse these past few years.
Well, you know, that's what happens when you get a guy like Nikola Jokic. I mean, he's a game changer, and what a joy to watch. Took a long time for them to finally get to the place where they could win that first title, but usually teams don't become champions overnight. It's a process. Now everybody's scared of them.
The Wagner brothers on the floor. Franz at the 3, Mo in the middle. And it's Black in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic.
Good work by Wagner there, taking advantage of a point-blank opportunity.
Here's Strother, pass to Šarić. And Wagner comes to help. Here's Nagy. Knocks down the long J.
You know, that's how you do it, guys. I mean, he passed his way out of the double team and into an easy basket.
Here's De Silva. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here. It goes on Russell Westbrook. Orlando shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Here's Strother. No made baskets yet. It's stolen by Howard. We're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Second team foul.
It's on Dario Saric. That free throw no good.
For 2, Howard.
He hits the second from the line. Nuggets trail by 8. Here's Strother. Saric, a screen on Howard. Westbrook left side. The three-pointer off the mark.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Wagner against Saric. Here's De Silva. Kicks it out to Wagner. Clock is at 3. Here's the 3. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. Denver's gone 7 of 15 from distance in this game. Clark, we know how great Wagner is offensively. He's a plus defender as well.
You know what? I think he takes great pride in being a versatile, high-level defender. I mean, he focuses on that and gives great effort there. Offense comes relatively easy. He's got a great skill set, good size and mobility. But the defense is where he's really focused on excelling, and he's doing it. Boy, the passion Westbrook plays with is infectious. He plays hard every second he's out on the court. Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
Strother, no good. Orlando leading by 9. Pass to Wagner. The 3 is up. And another 3 for Orlando.
Wagner always a threat from downtown, and I love the efficiency and solid mechanics of his shooting stroke.
To the right side, Saric, the pass to Porter.
2 minutes.
Got a piece of it. Wagner with a steal. Here's Black. 3-pointer. Westbrook with the rebound. To the wing, right side. And here's Saric for 3. And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
For Orlando, they've gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Here's the pick. Here's Black, pounded by Westbrook. Pass to Wagner. Shot clock at 5. Launches a 3. Denver grabs the miss. They've got plenty of time to get back into this.
Yeah, I'm sure they feel pressed, but this is where you have to stay calm and execute.
Now here's Westbrook. Not a lot of room. Saric, the pass to Westbrook. Here's Najee. Back to Westbrook. Fires the 3. They get it again.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And he makes it. And the Magic lead by 14.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
And Saric throws it down.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Boom! He jams it straight down.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
Here's Wagner. After the Nuggets picked up a basket just a moment ago. Launches it. He can't hit that time. And so it's the Orlando Magic, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. How about the way they've attacked the paint? And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for Denver. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. And it's Watson in at the 3.
And, Isaac is a high percentage shooter, takes good shots and makes a good percentage of them. And he's very skilled at getting position to throw it down on you.
Gordon with a screen on Caldwell Pope. And he lobs it up. And Gordon with the big finish.
Nobody does it better than Gordon on the alley-oop. Boom!
Pass to Banchero. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Jokic. It's an even 3-on-3 break. And Gordon with the big finish.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignite.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Jokic with a screen on Suggs. Brown passes to Murray. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Murray has that spirit of, you make one on me, I'm coming back at you for mine.
Caldwell Pope with it. Guarded now by Watson. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Pass to Isaac. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
And, Isaac is a versatile player now. He scores in a lot of ways. Can't allow him to get too comfortable.
Here's Brown. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. The 3-ball. Goes back up. Jokic passes to Gordon. And that one comes up a bit short.
Boy, defense non-existent there. But they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Kicks it out to Isaac. Hey, expanding his range. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Gordon, the pass to Brown. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Isaac. Orlando leading by 12. Caldwell Pope for 3. Brown grabs the board. Outside Murray.
2 minutes remaining.
Screen by Gordon.
2 minutes.
Pass to Jokic. Tipped away. Stolen by Carter. Here's Banchero. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
The future is shining bright for Banchero. He's a multifaceted big guy who could really, I think, be the centerpiece of an organization.
Taking 2 shots.
And he's good on the second. 1:51 left in the game. To the middle. Stolen by Carter. Right side, Caldwell Pope. 3-pointer. And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Magic?
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
Something else, guys? They came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Magic.
They ran the fast break beautifully all night long. It was a huge part of their success.
That's so true. They clearly ran the floor well, constantly putting pressure on the defense. Just a tremendous effort.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising, an effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
Brown passes to Gordon. And Gordon with the big finish.
And, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
Banchero finds Caldwell Pope. 52 seconds left in the final quarter.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Here's Brown. Off target from three-point range.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And Carroll passes to Carter. Takes a three. Offensive board. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Phenomenal positioning on the glass. Carter Jr. putting on his hard hat right there, not afraid to get those hands dirty.
Here's Caldwell Pope. And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot two. The first free throw is good.
At the line for the Magic, Ken Davis.
And that's good as he hits both shots.
Aaron Gordon. Assist goes to Braun.
Here's Banchero. Ooh, he buries it. So it's the Magic winning this one easily. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
to 2K Sports. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. The 4 and the 5, it's Gordon and Jokic. And it's Watson in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Rockets, Green is out there with Thompson. Then there's Dylan Brooks. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Eason in at the 4. RJ, this one has a bit of an old school feel to it, doesn't it? These teams love to run things down low.
Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a matchup, Kevin. A little bit of bully ball, you could say. Having a center you can run your offense through makes the rest of your offense that much better.
And so it's Houston with it. Here's Green, and then jammed down as it goes right over Jokic.
That is a tough contest-worthy move. Green just putting on a show right there.
A nice shot by Brown.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
Green in the post, and Green slams it in.
One of Green's many advantages is how quickly he gets off the floor.
Jokic, that's a two-pointer. It's rebounded by Houston.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Now here's Brooks, following the miss by Jokic, and he comes up with the deuce.
Oh, nice play from Brooks down in the paint. Not afraid to get physical on the inside.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
I had a chance to talk with the head coach, Ime Udoka. He thinks they need to focus on speeding up Nikola Jokic rather than trying to slow him down. Coach said Jokic dominates the game at his own pace, so we need to put more pressure on him and not allow him to play so patiently. Of course, that's easier said than done. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
So it's Denver now. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Jokic. Jacks up a 3. And again, Denver with the triple.
The three-point stroke from Jokic, it just looks confident.
Green up on top. Now Şengün. Brooks for 3. It's hauled in by Watson. Here's Brown. Jokic with this screen on Thompson. Inside. Watson surveying the D. 2 on the clock. Here's Jokic. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. RJ, the Rockets don't just have young talent. They have elite young talent.
Yeah, you can have all the high draft picks in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to hit on the right guys. But Houston, they certainly have.
Here's Brown. Following the score by Houston. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He will gladly take those.
Now, here's Green. He has 6. Thompson outside. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Here's Brown. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. following the miss by Dylan Brooks. Here's Jokic. Murray outside. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. The Rockets trail. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Pass to Eason. And stolen by Gordon. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Watson. The shot that time, not on target. Great defense that time from Şengün. On the wing, Thompson. Defended by Gordon. Here's Eason. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the game.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. So at the end of one quarter of... Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Rockets.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. The 4 and the 5. It's Gordon and Jokic. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. And it's Watson in at the 3. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic may not be the most physically gifted, but there's an old saying in basketball, you're as fast as you can anticipate. LeBron James says he sees plays before they happen. A lot of people don't understand it, but I do. It's special. Kevin?
You know, his mind for the game is just on another level. We appreciate that report.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Now here's Green. 8 points for him. And Green slams it in.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done. And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Outside, Green. High, arcing shot. Yep, that one goes. Green's got the lead. Back up to 5 now for the Rockets.
That's just so soft. Green just trickled that one in.
It's stolen by Green. Here's Brooks. They kick it out to Green. Thompson against Murray. Pass to Şengün. Lock at 6. Brooks for 3. Jokic grabs the miss. The Nuggets trail by 5. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Jokic with this screen on Brooks. Shoots from the right block. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
The drive by Green, and it's Green slamming it down.
Coach has to be pleased with what Green is doing out there, playing with a ton of energy on the offensive end.
Here's Brown, guarded by Green. Brown, the pass to Jokic. Here's Brown. Pass to Gordon. It's rebounded by Houston.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Eason Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Eason's got the lead up to 7 now for the Rockets. And Alperon Şengün continues to prove himself, RJ, as one of the game's most promising big men.
A lot of it is because of his passing ability, Kevin. Shades of Nikola Jokic out there. Having a big man who can distribute like Şengün is a real luxury.
Here's Jokic. There's Jokic being aggressive inside.
And if Jokic has the position inside, forget it.
Here's Green. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
You know what? Feed the beast. You got to look for him every trip down because he's been out of his mind this quarter.
Jokic with a screen on Green. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
The Rockets making a switch here. Whitmore is checked in. Now here's Murray. Nifty move.
And they can't be happy they fouled Murray there in the ag. The ball is lights out.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Wound up shooting 85 from the line a season ago, which is an exceptional percentage. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's Whitmore. And Whitmore throws it down.
And when he gets downhill, Whitmore is a force.
Here's Brown. Whitmore defending. Pass to Jokic. Murray outside. Thompson passes to Easton. Got it up. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Houston headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum line. They're measuring up the shots.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Well, guys, what can you say? Jalen Green, an impressive effort here today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
We've got Shepard. Jabari Smith is out there with Green. Then there's Whitmore. And it's Landale in at the 5. It's the 5 for Houston right now. And it's all said and done. Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. It's stolen by Sharks.
And before he had time to bring the ball back in off the pump fake, out, and they're off.
Throws it down despite the man right in his face. A chance here for a 3-point play.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Here's Whitmore. Pass to Smith. Back to Whitmore. Launches from deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Whitmore's got 5.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
Here's Strother. Whitmore defending. Here's Westbrook, and the layup's good off the glass. Westbrook's got his first basket.
I love the power behind Westbrook's finish. He just dares the defense to get in his way.
Here's Shepard. It's good. Shepard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Rockets.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, this summer we saw the NBA break up its draft into 2 days. The next idea, a bigger break between the draft and the start of free agency. The common thread is giving front offices more time to strategize around these highly consequential decision periods in the NBA calendar. Kevin?
Interesting, DA. Thank you.
And how about the force on that finish by Smith?
The Nuggets trail by 9. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Pass to Sharge. 6 to shoot. And here's Westbrook. For the 3. Landale grabs the miss. Here's Whitmore. Here's Landale. Back to Whitmore. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I would say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. I think we have a beautiful game now.
Rockets leading by 11. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Houston moving the ball around. From past the arc. And it's Denver with the rebound.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
Pass to Sharge. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Reed Shepherd.
Second personal.
That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
We've got 1:18 left here in the third quarter. There's the pick. Here's Najee. 5 on the clock. 4-3. Westbrook hands it from downtown. Westbrook's got 5.
Look, you can count on Westbrook for a few of these tonight. This man has that shot down.
Shepherd with the ball. Smith outside. Whitmore sends a screen for Smith. Lets it go from 14. And play stops as it looks like they called it over the back here.
Well, he thought he could slip by there and grab the board, but got too much body and gets called for going over the back.
And this is why we say block out. It is a fundamental thing that is often overlooked and hurts you every time.
Whitmore with it, now guarded by Sharge. Back to Whitmore, and Whitmore throws it down.
Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
Here's Strother, scoreless thus far, to the left side wing. Here's Najee, good on the three-point shot.
He's getting after it, but needs some help if they're going to get it done.
Whitmore sends a screen for Shepherd. Pass to Whitmore. And that one released in time, but no good. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter, what is still anybody's ball game. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Michael Porter. He's out there with Sharge. And it's Strother in at the shooting guard position.
Putting his high basketball IQ to work, Westbrook knows the pick and roll will open things up.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
A new lineup here for Houston. Şengün passes to Green. So RJ, the Rockets last year, they were exactly at 500. 41 up and 41 down.
Still, they missed the play here by 5 games. In the East, they easily are in. That just tells you how difficult a rebuild in the Western Conference is. And Houston is up against it.
Here's Brown. Jokic inside. Şengün's there. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Thompson. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Rockets.
You got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
And one other thing, I love how comfortable they are looking to operate from mid-range. And no qualms about taking those wide open jumpers.
Now here's Green. Pass to Brooks. There's the triple. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Watson dishes to Murray. Back to Watson. Now here's Jokic. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. Jokic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Capable of being a very potent scorer. Jokic certainly has looked focused so far in this one.
Green pitch to Şengün. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Back to Şengün. Pass to Brooks. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And you like to see this from Brooks, right? No need to fall in love with the jump shot. Give the defense different looks.
Gordon, the pass to Murray. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And here's Green outside. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Out left to the wing. It's stolen by Green. Goes up. And it's Green shutting it down.
Love the confidence from Green, showing he's got poise, taking and making big shots.
Jokic with the screen on Green. Here's Brown. And the powerful one-handed slam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, we'll take it.
And it's Green shutting it down.
What's new? Green takes the hit.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
Their second personal. 3rd team foul. At the line for Houston, Jalen Green. At the line, shooting 1.
Tell what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on. Oh, and he caps that off in style. He gets the finish with the harm. Huge possession there to extend the lead.
Here's Brown. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Brown's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And I feel like Jokic has 360-degree vision. I mean, no matter where the open man is, he's going to find it.
And he makes that one.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one, but yeah, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
There's the drive. Murray outside. Pass to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for the Rockets. Here's Whitmore. 56 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Şengün, no good. Denver's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Murray outside to the left wing. Now, here's Jokic. Tight defense on him. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Back to Brooks. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And the toughness of Brooks on display, not fearing contact when he's looking to score inside.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Wow, doing all he can to give them the edge, pulling their lead out to 3 points.
Jokic a screen. Here's Brown. Money!
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Yeah, the second half in stark contrast with the first. Coach must have gotten on them a little bit at halftime.
Timeout called. Nuggets. Guys, what are their best options now?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
If they've got a surefire, quick bucket play, let's just say now's the time to use it.
Jokic a screen. Out to the right wing. Pass to Brown. Murray for 3. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. What a show they put on here.
for tuning in. So a look at our starters for Orlando. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. Isaac in at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. And it's Ben Carroll in at the small forward position. And for Houston, Tari Eason is out there with Dylan Brooks. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Alperon Şengün. And it's Green in at the 1 spot. And stolen by Ben Carroll. And he lays it in off the breakaway.
Using his defense to generate his offense. Banchero being rewarded for hustling on defense.
How about Paolo Banchero, Coach? What a special talent. The first overall pick back in 2022, and then the Rookie of the Year.
Well, Brian, he's not just a scorer. He's a 6'10" playmaker, and getting that out of someone who plays on the front line and can also play as a small ball 5, Banchero's versatility makes him very valuable.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Just 5 to shoot. Green finds Eason from outside the arc. That one's good from Green, and the assist from Eason.
Yeah, and Green has tons of confidence in his three-point shot, and it was on display right there as he knocked it down.
Caldwell-Pope with a drive to the inside. Up and in on the layup.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Green against Suggs. He takes it in. It's tipped. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. And Carroll with it. Now Thompson defending. Stolen by Thompson. Outside, Green. Eason, a screen on Isaac. Green for 3. Kept alive. Eason lays it up and banks it in.
But if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
Here's Caldwell-Pope, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Surefire, one-handed stuff.
Yeah, with his focus, he's not going to miss that. Şengün, a screen on Suggs. Outside for Brooks. Here's Şengün. And Şengün, throw it down. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
And Houston has possession. Orlando making their last shot. Green, the pass to Şengün. And Şengün, throw it down.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today.
And this is why you must push Banchero out of the paint, or else he'll slam it all over you.
Pass to Eason. It's Eason with the jam.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat. I asked him how he plans to slow down Paolo Banchero, and Coach told me, look, he's an all-star, so you've got to guard him with your whole team. He's big, he's strong, he can punish you down low, but he's also quick and has the ability to beat you on the perimeter. We'll have to be disciplined tonight, BA.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Just 5 on the clock. Fires in the triple. Green's got 6.
You love the confidence Green has. He wastes no time going up with the shot.
Caldwell-Pope with a drive. It's rebounded by Şengün. The Rockets lead by 4. Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
Now here's Eason. Green with a screen on Banchero. Eason, good.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for the Magic. And out of bounds, Houston will have it.
Rockets ball.
A minute 4 left in the first quarter. Here's Green, and he drives in, and it's hammered home by Green.
It's like he's not even feeling the defense on the drive. Green just fantastic gliding towards the rim.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Magic trail by 9. Suggs surveys the D. Stolen by Thompson. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Outside, Green. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. For Orlando, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. Pass to Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Here's Suggs. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Can they get it? Counted from distance. Caldwell Pope's got 7 points in the game.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. The Rockets on top, up by... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Rockets.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
Tari Eason is out there with Alperon Şengün. Then it's Dylan Brooks. Then it's Green. And it's Thompson in at the shooting guard. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Here's Carter, and it's slammed in by Carter.
I mean, the second effort from Carter Jr., real nice motor on this guy.
Suggs against Green. And the rate of player ejections going up in recent seasons, Stan.
Well, Brian, players these days certainly have a voice in a lot of things, and when it comes to critiquing officials, they're not shy. We see complaints on virtually every call in games now, and the referees seem to have had enough of it.
Already an intelligent playmaker, Thompson moves the ball well for a rookie.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, similarities in the games of Alperon Şengün and Nikola Jokic. A couple years back, Jokic suggested that Houston run their offense more through him, and they have. Jokic said that's going to benefit the whole organization. He wants to pass and play for the team. They'll move when the ball is in his hands. Brian?
Well, Jokic would know. Thanks, Allie. Fires for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Suggs has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, nice initiative from Suggs. Seeing an easy scoring opportunity and pouncing on it.
And a foul called on Jalen Suggs. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Green. Give him 8 points now. Screen by Eason. Green in the post. He's covered by Suggs. Shot clock at 3. Back to Thompson.
On defense, Banchero has a lot of good physical attributes, which help him create pressure.
And Suggs, the bucket, on the assist from Banchero. Suggs has got 10 points.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Green against Suggs. Brooks a screen on Suggs. Green, the pass to Brooks. Just 5 to shoot. And no good. The dry spell continues. Orlando has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Caldwell Pope. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Orlando.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And not only that, you like how they're turning defense into offense, forcing turnovers and capitalizing.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
And it's hammered home by Green.
Talk about using that speed. Green to the rim with ease.
Outside, Caldwell Pope on the take. Banchero outside. Just 4 to shoot. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to go on Jalen Green.
For a young player, Banchero has tremendous footwork in the post. He stays in balance and puts defenders in awkward spots.
And Banchero drops them both. The Rockets trail. Green, the pass to Eason. Off target with the 3. Here's Orlando. They're on a 14-4 run. The big man, Banchero, showing the range.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
Şengün, the screen. Brooks outside. Back to Green. Pass to Brooks. And he's going for the lob. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brooks.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Wow, potent offense. It's been fun to watch.
Just aggressive and effective, taking it right to the defense.
Banchero against Eason. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Yeah, nice dime from Banchero there, wanting to work it over to his teammates whenever he can.
High post Green. Carter's there. Şengün, that's good. Şengün's got 9.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Up top, Banchero, defended by Eason. Green against Caldwell Pope. Shoots. And it's Orlando with another. We've got 13 seconds left in the half. Thompson right side. Back to Green. Şengün, a screen on Suggs. The 3 from Thompson. Can't hit that one. And so it's the Orlando Magic leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. Back after this. In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Without question, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope displaying his skills today.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Here's who Jamal Mosley is starting the second half with. The Wagner brothers on the floor. Franz at the 3, Mo in the middle. And it's Houston in at the 2. Here's Shepard, defended by Wagner. And Landale gets it to go.
Yeah, the question with Shepard, can he facilitate enough? And that's a good sign for the rookie.
Here's Black to the middle. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
That one drops for him. Shepard's got his first 2 points.
And Shepard is a guy who plays below the rim, but he's got excellent touch inside.
Grant, soft touch, but hard nose. That's Reed Shepard.
Yeah, B.A. His shooting alone makes him a pro. But his tenacity, toughness, and commitment to his overall game give him a chance to make him a star.
And Wagner gets it to go.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Rockets trail by 7. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Wagner. First personal foul. First team foul.
Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Outside Whitmore. 4-3. It's hauled in by Black.
He's got to be mad at himself. You won't get a better look than that.
Here's De Silva. Pass to Black. Five on the clock. The Magic need to put one up here. Here's Houston. Deflected.
Oh, an active defender at 6'7". Whitmore is capable of coming up with these blocks.
The Rockets have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And he makes it on the layup. Shepard's got 4 points this quarter.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Pass to Houston. Launches it. It's hauled in by Landale.
Well, defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Outside Whitmore. Down low. Here's Smith. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That's on Franz Wagner. Houston shooting their first free throw in this game. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have the guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
And an intentional foul right there.
Shepard. First personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Kicks it out to Wagner. Orlando again missing. Houston has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Smith passes to Green. Back to Smith. Now Green. For the lead, 6 to shoot. It's hauled in by Black.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
1:05 left in the third quarter. Here's Wagner. And he slaps it in one-handed.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And Smith over to help. From deep. And it's Wagner missing. If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
Green, the pass to Smith. No good on the triple. Magic leading by 4. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Wagner outside. Driving to the basket. Got it. Wagner's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Oh, the dunk by Smith.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Here's Wagner. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's Smith. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Orlando Magic with a... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
Watch the screen.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Dylan Brooks. Tari Eason is out there with Alperon Şengün. Then there's Amen Thompson, and it's Green in at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Basket's good.
Scoring is Jalen Green's top skill. I mean, he can pile up the points in a hurry.
Magic leading by 4. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Pass to Carter. Caldwell Pope against Green.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
And a foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's his 3rd foul so far.
Team foul.
Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Pass to Şengün. Outside for Green. 4 on the clock for 3. The rebound by Carter. And the Magic shooting 64% for the game. Amazing. Suggs with the bucket.
Yeah, good to see Suggs bury the triple. This will only help with his confidence.
Şengün, a screen on Suggs. Green, the pass to Brooks. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
And Carroll with a screen on Green. Kicks it out to Isaac. Here's Banchero. Easton pulls it in. Rockets trail by 7. And that's an intentional foul.
Foul by Carroll. 2nd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Thompson passes to Green. From outside, off the mark. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 to open the 4th quarter. Isaac with a screen on Thompson. Outside, Caldwell Pope. And Carroll outside. Shot clock at 5. Caldwell Pope, a screen on Easton. Offensive rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Pass to Green, and stolen by Suggs. Here we go. Caldwell Pope for 3. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Orlando.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Yeah, another thing they did well, running the floor. They've kept the pace high and pulled away with their transition offense.
And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. Coach cautioned his team against feeling comfortable. He said the moment we take our foot off the gas, they're back in it. Let's push through the finish line. Brian?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Bancaro. Oh, Bancaro throws it down.
Wow, Bancaro using his size to find a path to the rim.
Green, the pass to Eason. Houston with another miss. Magic leading by 12. Suggs finds Caldwell Pope. Back to Suggs. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. Bancaro the screen. And here's Isaac. Up and over Brooks. Isaac's shot is off. 56 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter.
And a comfortable win for them here. Game is out of reach. Good performance for the Magic.
Absolute fireworks display. High-scoring game. They were unstoppable, Grant.
Yeah, just relentless from start to finish. And the pace was furious. Ultimately, they wore out the other team.
And no question this was a team effort. But you have to love how big a night this was for Jalen Suggs.
And his activity level on defense, self-evident, racking up steals, deflections. I mean, he was a handful tonight.
It's stolen by Green. Pass to Eason. On the wing, Brooks. Thompson outside. Here's Suggs. So it's the Magic winning this one easily. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was...
basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
A look at the Magic starting group. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in at the 3. On the wing, Gordon. Murray outside. Gordon with the screen for Murray. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Magic. Gordon a screen. Here's Brown.
And, you know, you look at Isaac, and the first thing you notice, guys, is his length. This guy is really long, and that helps him on the defensive end.
6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Murray, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this core. How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Here's Banchero. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
And it's Contavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Brown. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 5. Brown, the teardrop falls in. Brown's got 5 now.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Caldwell Pope passes to Banchero. Back to Caldwell Pope. Isaac a screen on Murray. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. They get it back. Carter. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Right there. I mean, Carter using his instincts and his motor to track down the miss and convert it into second chance points. That's just really good work.
A nice shot by Brown.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Banchero, here we go. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Banchero's got his second basket. Outside Gordon. Rebounded by Isaac. Magic leading by 3. Caldwell Pope outside. That 3 off the mark.
You know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Mark, it has been quite a run for the Nuggets, hasn't it, who have made the playoffs every season since 2019.
And how about this, Kevin? They've only been lower than a 3 seed one time in that span. And that was because Murray missed the season due to injury. They are consistently tough.
Carter outside. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
When they get it to Carter Jr. down low, it's normally a fruitful trip.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Briefly spoke with David Adelman. Now, we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if we want to contain him. We'll see if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Banchero dishes to Caldwell Pope. Isaac down low. Murray on him. The Nuggets trail by 5. Jokic with the screen on Isaac. Brown the pass to Jokic. Here's Brown. Jokic with the screen on Suggs. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. They get it back. Over to the left wing. Pass to Brown. To end the drought. Traps in the tray. Brown's got 11 points.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in at the 3 spot. Jokic with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Here's Brown. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Drills it from outside. Murray's got the lead up to 1 now for Denver.
Immensely confident in his game. Murray doesn't think twice about pulling the trigger from deep, nor should he.
Suggs up top. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Brown. From outside, off the mark. Well, Orlando shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Back to Banchero. Bangs home the trifecta. 7 points in the game. Throughout his career, Clark, Contavious Caldwell Pope has proven himself to be a quality player.
He certainly has, and I love the way he plays. He's locked in all the time at both ends. Really not only understands his role, Kevin, but embraces it. He's out there to space the floor with his shooting and then provide a lot of energy and versatility on defense.
Here's Brown. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Pass to Jokic. Jokic powering inside.
Using his size on the interior, Jokic extremely difficult to stop down there.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Suggs. Good on the triple. Suggs has got 8.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin. Last season, the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract to 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And it's Contavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul. In for the Magic. Number 23. Tristan De Silva.
Here's Brown. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope.
2 minutes.
And it's Jokic in the corner. Shot is good off the bathroom and in. Jokic has got his second basket of the game.
What's really cool about Jokic is that he's just as effective working off the ball. He's ready to shoot when he catches it.
That one falls. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size. And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Here's De Silva. He's covered by Watson. Clock at 6. Orlando needs to get off a shot. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Misses the hole, and he's now 3 for 4. Pass to Jokic. They set the pick. Here's Brown. On the wing, Gordon. Jokic a screen. Brown the pass to Jokic. Gordon for 3. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
Magic ball.
Magic leading by 3.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
And Suggs throws it down.
So tough trying to slow down Suggs, especially when he gets it going, because he's persistent and relentless.
Here's Brown. Gets it off. Got a piece of it. Jalen Suggs has been leading the charge for the Magic. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so Westbrook will bring it up for Denver, trailing by 5. Charge is out there with Michael Porter. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Strawther in at the shooting guard position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Wagner with a screen for Wagner. Pass to De Silva. Wagner outside. He gets it in there. Wagner's got his first 2 points.
Textbook play inside. Wagner doing everything right in that case.
And that's a foul called on Franz Wagner. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
Outside Porter. Here's the 3. And he recovers it. Left side, Saric. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Wagner.
Wagner takes a lot of pride in trying to make a defensive impact and does a good job contesting the shot there.
And Clark, we're looking at Franz Wagner here. What makes him so effective?
Well, his size and mobility, a rare combination, and how good he is instinctively at the defensive end of the floor. I mean, he can get out and get in a stance and guard guards, and he also can bang inside with big physical guys, and he's very fluid in his motion, great agility. Love watching that young fella play.
Strawther and the call. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
At the line for your Nuggets.
And this is the time.
2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the
Getting
play.
a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Great to see a young guy play that kind of cerebral game. Wagner sees a shooter and gets him set up nicely.
Magic foul. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Magic on defense. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Porter looking it over. it from beyond the arc. Porter's got his first 3 points of the game.
A true sniper from long range, Porter Jr. with a nice stroke on that shot.
Wagner kicks to Black. Porter against Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Sharge. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Magic leading by 5. A step-back shot here. Westbrook pulls it in.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
A nice shot by Black.
And I want to see more of that from him. I mean, he's been passing up on his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones that he takes.
Outside Porter. Sharge with the screen for Porter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, Michael Porter Jr. is one of the premier shooters in the NBA.
And that size that he brings to that sweet stroke makes it hard to get to a shot. 6'10", shoots it with confidence, shoots it with great fluidity, and man, is he special. And he's worked through some injury trouble early in his career, and now he's one of the more lethal front court players in the league on the perimeter.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
That's his second.
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game's played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. And that combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. And finish off by Wagner.
Wagner able to bounce to the rack and throw it down, and he'll do so just about any time he has the opportunity.
Sharge outside. Right side Westbrook. Orlando grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's Houston. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. The shot by Sharge, no good. Orlando leading by 8. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Porter with the steal. Pass to Strother. And the 3 ball is good. Strother's got 5 points so far.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Well, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in at the 3 spot.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
He takes it in. Kicks it out to Gordon. Lets it go from deep. Unable to get that one. Orlando leading. Caldwell Pope with it. Outguarded by Murray. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
So quick on these drives. As quick as a hiccup. Can't let him, Caldwell Pope, get into the lane like this.
Got a piece of it. Pass to Isaac. Isaac with a screen for Caldwell Pope. From the arc, knocks down the 3 ball. And now it's a 12-point Magic lead.
You know, it just looks prettier from the corner, especially when Caldwell Pope lets it go.
And it's Gordon missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs.
His first personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Here's Brown. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Brown, the pass to Jokic. 6 to shoot. Over Banchero.
Nice stop that time by Banchero. Excellent anticipation. Was there to contest.
Caldwell Pope outside. Fires for 3. The offensive rebound. Pass to Suggs. Sinks the triple. Suggs has got 5 points in the quarter.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Watson, the pass to Jokic. Banchero looking around. It's good. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Magic.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
Jokic a screen. Here's Brown. And another miss by Denver.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Carter. .152 left in the fourth. Wide open look here for Murray, and he's good on the 3-ball.
And with that 3-ball, he puts a halt to the 12-point run by the Magic.
And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Magic. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Banchero. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Magic leading by 14. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter. Suggs kicks to Banchero. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Magic.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jalen Suggs.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Just 5 to shoot. Carter with a screen on Murray to the paint. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And Denver has possession. 11-point game. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Brown, and he bangs it home with one hand. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Caldwell Pope. The tray hands it from downtown. And the Magic lead by 12.
Yeah, you know, when you give Caldwell Pope any daylight to get his shot off, he's knocking it down. He's a gifted shooter.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were.
exciting NBA action coming up. What's not to love about opening day, Graham? Every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
Now the starting group for the Houston Rockets. We've got Alperen Sengun, Thompson out there with Jalen Green. Then it's Tari Eason, and it's Brooks in at the 3. Jokic with a screen on Green. Here's Brown. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
And it's hammered home by Green.
You don't want to jump with Jalen Green. That's rule number 1. And rule number 2, you don't want to jump with Jalen Green.
Pass to Jokic. There's the drive, and Jokic throws it down.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great, Grant.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title, but Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to that impressive resume.
And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time.
And in the last 2 possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basketball.
Just over a minute and a half in. And it's hammered home by Green.
Let me tell you this, if you got a vertical leap of 40 inches like Green, you're just going to be able to glide to the rim like that.
Right side Murray. Over to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
And dunking it with authority inside of. This is why Jokic guys look to feed him down there.
Sengun, the screen. Green with the ball. And Jokic picks him up defensively. Murray against Brooks. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Well, Brooks is one hard-working man. He runs into a foul and still gets a shot off.
And Brooks drops them both. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Jokic with a screen on Green. Here's Brown driving to the basket, and he goes in for the dunk.
And one move ahead of the defense, a solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Jokic, and the dunk by Jokic.
Powerful stuff from the Joker. The defense doesn't want any of that, and I don't blame them.
Green up top.
Oh,
my goodness. How about that?
If that doesn't belong in the dunk contest, then I don't know what. That is an impressive finish there by Green.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Jokic with a screen on Green. Brown passes to Jokic. No luck on that one. Good D by Sengun. Houston leading by 5. Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
Jokic with a screen on Green. Out to Gordon. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Sengun.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Green, and it's hammered home by Green.
Green has been locked in, really powering this offense.
The Nuggets have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. Pass to Jokic. Cash money from 16 feet away. Jokic has got 8 points. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for the Rockets. They lead by 7. There's the 3. Sinks the tray.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
And there's the call on Jalen Green. It's his first foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. They kick it out to Murray. Pass to Brown. Three-pointer.
Great job closing out the lanes. You normally don't see defense like that.
And again, another assist.
And he's nearing this franchise's single-season record for assists, piling them up all year long.
And he and his teammates have such chemistry at this point. There's that unspoken connection and understanding of how they want to play.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 9-point. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for Houston.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight, turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Thompson out there with Green. Then it's Dylan Brooks. Then there's Alperen Şengün. And it's Eason in at the 4. Jokic passes to Brown. Six on the shot clock. Out to Gordon. The 3. The Rockets pull it in. Last time they met was in Houston.
And last time against this team, they struggled with foul trouble. It led to an ugly loss.
They had to rely on their bench a lot in that game, and maybe it instilled some confidence in those guys.
He buries it from 3.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Well, Grant, when you think of Jamal Murray and all he's been through, health is of utmost importance for him.
Oh, extremely important, B.A. Because when Murray is healthy, he's a lethal player and a huge part of this team's success.
Brooks, the pass to Green. Good D by Jokic.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one misses. Richard at the three-point shot was never introduced. How different do you think the game would be?
The offensive strategy would be very different. The game would be more physical, and it was more physical. And the main priority would be creating high-percentage looks. And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Eason, pass to Şengün. Sends it home from three-point land. Şengün's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Jokic with a screen on Green. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Green going right at the rim. And it's hammered home by Green.
So quick on the drive. When Green is slicing with confidence, he is hard to stop.
Watson passes to Gordon. And another miss by Denver.
Now, I understand that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor. And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Nuggets trail by 11. Pass to Jokic to end the run. It's hauled in by Houston.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Reddick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Pass to Murray. Here's Brown. Jokic with a screen on Green. Now here's Jokic. They kick it out to Murray. Offline with a 3. The Rockets lead by 11. Outside, Green. And here's Brooks, defended by Murray. And Jamal Murray picks up the foul.
That's his second.
That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
A minute 22 left in the second period. Here's Thompson. Outside Eason. There's the triple. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson.
3.
And the Rockets lead by 14.
Already an intelligent playmaker, Thompson moves the ball well for a rookie.
Jokic with a screen on Green. Brown shot is good.
They've struggled, but hey, you cannot lay it at his feet. Offensively, he's getting it done.
Here's Thompson. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Thompson's got his first points of the night.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets.
Jokic with a screen on Green. They kick it out to Murray. And again, Denver with a 3.
Terrific up-tempo play by Murray. Gets the ball, and moments later, he has a shot up.
Thompson left side. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Jokic with a screen on Green. Pass to Gordon. The 3 ball. And again, Denver with a 3.
This quarter, they're doing some real damage from outside the arc. Trying to stay within striking distance here.
And here is Green. 28 points for him. Can't cash it in from close range. Here's Brown. Here's Murray. And so it's the Houston Rockets. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
I mean, when you go inside and impose your will this way, you're delivering a gut punch.
Yeah, there's a... And since we have... That does it for halftime.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books. One half to go. Nice game. Great performance by Jalen Green.
Slicing up the defense, living in the lane. Terrific first half for him.
And when you rip through the D like he did in that first half, you gotta stay aggressive. Keep getting to the rim.
Zeke Naji out there with Dario Saric. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Strother in at shooting guard. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Offensive rebound. The shot that time not on target. Houston leading by 9. Pass to Green. Outside Whitmore. Puts up a 3. No luck on that one.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
Saric outside. Outside for Porter. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Green.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
And it's Whitmore missing. The Nuggets have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Here's Porter, and then Porter with the dunk.
Being Porter Jr. is 6'10", you have to know where he is at all times, especially when he's lurking inside.
Up top, Smith. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. And the shot goes down.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Strother. Whitmore defending. Najee sets a screen. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Houston. They've led by as many as 14. Back to Whitmore. Pulls it. That one's good from the corner. And the Rockets lead by 11. The Nuggets have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. Najee sets a screen. Out left to the wing. Buries it from 3. Najee's got his first 3 points of the game.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Into the lane. Outside Whitmore. From behind the arc. Strother grabs a miss.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you've got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Oh, they get a hand on it. 5 to shoot. Westbrook outside. And a miss there on the triple. Houston leading by 8. Right side Whitmore. Smith outside. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. All right, a chance now to take a look at the steals over the last few months for Tari Eason.
I get the feeling he hasn't been paying as much attention defensively as he should be. His steal numbers have dipped in the past few months. He needs to get back some of that intensity on defense.
Here's Strother. Whitmore defending. And that one's good. Strother.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Whitmore with it. Now Porter defending. Smith outside. Landale inside. Working on Najee. Here's Whitmore. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Nuggets trail by 9. 55 seconds left in the third. Strother misses the 3. For Houston, they've gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. And that one is stuffed right through.
An impressive athlete. This rookie Whitmore loves getting inside and hammering it home.
Here's Strother. It's rebounded by Houston. Landale's got 4 rebounds in the game.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And here's Porter outside. The Nuggets with another miss.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. And the Nuggets going with a whole new group out there. And the Rockets will go for a different look here. Alperen Sengun's checked in for Landale. Dylan Brooks comes in for Smith. Thompson, he's checked in for Whitmore. And Green is subbed in for Shepard. Here's Brown. Nails it from beyond the arc. Brown's got 13.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
That's good by Thompson. Thompson's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And so it's Houston. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And it's the Rockets with the ball. So the Houston 5 right now. We've got Amen Thompson. Tari Eason is out there with Alperen Sengun. Then it's Cam Whitmore. And it's Brooks in at the small forward. Up top, Thompson, covered by Jokic. Just 5 on the clock. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
What a burst Thompson has. I mean, on his drives, he goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat.
Here's Brown. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got a rebound, number 5 here tonight. Here's Thompson. Locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
Nuggets trail by 16. And the foul on Cam Whitmore. That's his first foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Green is checked in.
Substitution for the Rockets. Number 4.
Here's Brown. Green covering. Pass to Jokic. Gordon left side. Fires from deep. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes. And he's doing it all himself, shouldering the offensive load in effortless fashion right now.
From deep three-point range. Nice move. Tipped.
And so often is the case. Şengün in the right position to make the play. That's just great defense.
Thompson passes to Eason. To the paint. Shot clock at 6. Fader on the way. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 5 rebounds in the game. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th here. Murray, a screen on Şengün. Here's Jokic. Oh, puts up the runner and hits.
You can tell Jokic has a good sense for the floor, using the pick and roll to get free for a shot.
Houston leading by 13. Inside, Brooks. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Hanging on the rim, just showing off.
That's how you extend the glory right there. Here's Brown. They kick it out to Murray. Gordon with a screen on Green. Murray for 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 6 rebounds in the game. And it's hammered home by Green. And the Rockets lead by 17.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure. Screen by Gordon. Murray from outside. Sinks it from distance.
You have to watch Murray closely at the perimeter. He won't hesitate to flex his range.
Here's Green, and it's hammered home by Green.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
Gordon with a screen on Green. The drive by Murray. And the layup is good off the glass. Murray's got 5 points now this quarter.
Skilled finish by Murray. He can score inside and outside, really anywhere on the court.
Green, the pass to Şengün. Knocked away. Here's Brown. Brooks defending. 1:14 left in the 4th quarter here. Oh, Brooks with the steal.
Barring a miracle comeback, this one is wrapped up. They were able to control the tempo and flow of the game, and it will end in a victory for the Rockets.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
Yeah, it was a fun matchup this year. Neither team could gain an edge. It's the kind of rivalry you want to see between conference opponents.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Jalen Green.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
Here's Green, and it's hammered home by Green.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Jokic off the drive. Oh, Brooks with the steal. And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back.
Who's ball?
And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says